Hey all. Yeah, first off, I'm sorry I skipped a week of reviewing this. It's just it kind of happened on a bit on basically Easter weekend, so it's like I never found the right time to do it. But okay, but yeah, sorry. But okay, let's just jump right in this chapter because it actually went from 0 to 100 real quick. As not only does the part go basically on a rebellion by chopping up Kashima, but the worst case scenario we thought would happened as Minimalist targets Aoi. Now, as far as a part goes, I'm rather intrigued just where the story takes him from here because as he made it clear to Kashima, he doesn't like being used, but simultaneously if he keeps killing and going on the rampage he's going on, he's still going to be doing exactly what X wants. The only way it doesn't involve X plans if he focuses more on going against anyone associated with X. And I think more than any other character, a part story is the one to meet the I think is going to be the one to I think a part is going to be the one to meet the weirdest amount of tragedy by virtue of the idea that he may be a killer, but he does just want to live his life the way he wants. But unfortunately, because there are so many forces that are after him, especially the JAA, that just can't happen. So it feels like a part more than any of the others right now is set to fall down the most self-destructive path. And yeah, obviously we gotta talk about the ending, and well, I will say this right out of the gate. I know that's not Aoi. It's one of those situations where I kind of pseudo spoiled myself because whenever we enter a new arc in this series, I keep the Sakamoto Days Wikipedia open so I can keep track of the names of each arc. But with this one specifically, I accidentally scrolled down too far and got to look at the lineups for the fights. So I'm well aware that Aoi is likely she's basically it's basically a disguise by pretty much Nagamo. Although that in itself does beg the question of what happened to the real Aoi. Where exactly where exactly is she? Did Nagamo foresee this and tell her to go into hiding? Like, I guess just where is Aoi is my big question. Like, I'm sure next chapter is gonna answer that for me almost immediately. But like, yeah, what happened here? Where exactly is Aoi? Aoi and actually not just Aoi but Hannah for that matter. Like, where are those two? Are they across the street in are they across the street in his own like department store pretty much, or like, yeah, where exactly is this? Where exactly are those two is what I want to know. Now, in saying all that, we get introduced to a new character of this chapter named named Granny Mia, a holistic healer for assassins, and we do get some pretty interesting little tidbits from her. The first is that she tells Shin straight up he overexerted himself from using his power in his battle with Saw. And how at his current level he could have only afforded to use it for 5 minutes a day. So a clear indicator right from the jump that he wants if Shin wants to use this power more frequently and consistently, then yeah, he's got to start training that power up. But even beyond Shin though, I like how Granny Mia also says it straight up that even for all the times we've seen like Taro's skills as an assassin on display, Taro himself is still very much weaker than he used to be, to the point where, as she says, when comparing Taro and Nagamo, Nagamo is stronger than Taro at this current level, and that right now I think is kind of the big problem for Taro, is that if he's determined to continue hunting X, if he's determined to do that, then he needs then that's going to be a problem because X is going to keep sending better, stronger, and faster opponents after Taro, and one of them at this, and again at the current skill level apparently that Taro's at, one of them will eventually kill him if he doesn't find a way to in order to close the gap, and soon, because of course I do believe that is because why Prince Nagamo was even brought up to begin with, because ironically, even though there is that skill gap between them, Nagamo might be the only one who might be willing to, in order to help close that gap, in order to help train Taro in order to actually become stronger again, in order to actually be at the physical peak of where he used to be. But and honestly, just in general, it's kind of scary to think that it's just in general kind of scary when you think about it that from as strong as we've seen Taro be in this series, that he isn't even at his physical peak. That he isn't even at where he used to be in his prime. That's kind of that is kind of a scary thing, that like we haven't seen him what he's like at his prime. And I think, yeah, it's again, it is one of those things where Taro does need to make a choice. Like he might need to consider like just like going fully on training, exercising, just getting back to where he used to be. I think is probably the only recourse at this point for him. And yeah, as usual, I always love seeing Heisuke as on reconnaissance duty, although I do get the feeling this is also one of those times where his prey might not only elude him, but potentially outsmart him as well. So yeah, a bit of a problem on that one. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Blue Sky, Analyst Crunchyroll. Be sure to notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, everyone.